So good evening, everyone. So have you guys heard of a small niche indie game called Among Us? It's a social deduction game that took the world by storm during the pandemic, where players would have to deduce who is the imposter among them before the imposter successfully kills everyone. Now, it's a very fun game, and a lot of people played it since during the pandemic as everyone was bored, and see who can pull off the most ridiculous stunts just to deceive each other. In Among Us, you have to doubt others, or else you'll be killed. But what if the person you're doubting is yourself? Imposter syndrome is a psychological occurrence where someone of significant skill or achievement doubt themselves in fear that they will be exposed as a fraud. On paper, it doesn't make sense. After all, you do have a tangible achievement or a skill that you should be proud of. So why fear? Well, to explain that, I want to explain the Dunning-Kruger effect real quick. It is a graph that will demonstrate the relationship between one's confidence and one's competence at a specific skill. At the very beginning, you know nothing, but soon after, once you know a little bit of something, you reach the peak of Mount Stupid, since you know more than most people. However, that arrogance would then fall straight to the valley of despair once you realize, oh, you don't actually know anything, especially in front of experts. And your confidence will stay low and only gradually go up as your skill goes up. Now I'm sure a lot of people have at least heard of this graph, but there's one problem you might not be aware of, and that competence and skill level is not exactly an objective measurement. You don't have a specific number saying how good you are at, say, cooking. But one thing we all do know is how confident we feel. So let's say you feel very confident about something. Where are you? Are you actually at the peak of plateau of sustainability where you are actually good at the thing you're doing? Or are you at the peak of Mount Stupid? And our society doesn't help with this either. After all, we are a society based on meritocracy and achievements. On paper, that sounds like a good thing. But what happens in that society? Who cares if you got 70 or 80 on the paper? You're not little Timmy over there getting 90 on their maths exam. Let's say you are little Timmy. You got 90 on your maths exam and you're a honor student with straight A's on every subject. Suddenly, you now have to compete with every other grade A honor students. And guess what? You have to go to other competitions, like you have to go to speaking competitions, writing competitions, math competitions, anything, just to compete with each other, just to fill out your CV, to get to the best high school, the best uni, get the best job. Because without any of those, without any merits, without any achievements, you are nothing to society. And eventually, even when you do have that trophy case filled to the brim with achievements, you start to doubt yourself because everyone doubted you. Cool. Now I want to talk about a bit about myself. So as you can see, I am standing in front of everyone, and I am a NTU freshman. That's a good thing. I got into one of the best universities in the country. What you may not know, however, is that I got in through a series of technicalities. I may be a Taiwanese citizen, but I applied as a overseas Hong Kong student because I can. I'm half Hong Kong. But to be an overseas student, you need a letter of recommendation. Oh, I just so happen to be friends with my headmaster during high school. You know what's more ridiculous? I didn't even complete a single exam because I studied high school in the UK, and because of the difference in schooling systems, according to Taiwan's representatives, I'm good enough to apply, and I did, and at the right time, at the right place, I managed to get in. And because of that difference, in class, I feel a significant knowledge gap between me and my peers. They seem to know more, they seem to work faster, more efficient. After all, they did school differently. So, because of that, I often doubt myself. Do I actually deserve to be here? Now, if you actually have this level of anxiety and self-doubt, you should definitely go seek professional help. But at this time, I am on center stage. So, what does everyone want to hear from a 17-year-old freshman who got in when he probably shouldn't? How do I cope? Cynicism. Who cares if they let me in? It's their fault, despite all my applications and clues that I may not be up to par. But they let me in. Who's the final loser? NTU. They let me use their resources, so might as well make the best of it. Society and school, everything taught us to be modest, to be kind, to be caring, and that selfishness leads to downfall. That is correct. However, because in another way, you start to fulfill other people's expectations, and there comes a boiling point. You forget everything about yourself. You forgot your expectations. You forgot what your wants. And at that point, who are you? What are you? Why are you? Eventually, you have to remember, you deserve better. You are the protagonist of your own life. You are the ruler of the world. There will be many battles you will fight in life. You will win some of them, and you will lose some of them. But you must remember one thing. One person you must refuse to lose to, and that person is yourself. Thank you.